Hey everybody, my name is David Beaudreau. I'm with DCLRS. Some of you know me, but in case you don't, I've been working with Illinois corn growers for a number of years now. We're consultants based in the DC area, and we focus on agriculture, energy, and infrastructure issues, and follow a lot of the political activity, both here in Washington and some at the state level as well. What we're interested in right now is following the redistricting in Illinois, and in particular, the efforts to redraw the maps, the congressional maps, which are changing significantly from where they were just a few years ago. So the congressional breakdown, a lot of you probably know this already, but in case you don't, there used to be 18 congressional seats in Illinois. There are now only 17, so Illinois will lose one seat. And so what that means for the maps and the way that they're drawn at the state level post the 2020 census is that they will change significantly. The maps, if you look at the old map, it has, it's a very red map, and the Democratic districts are very concentrated in the blue areas in Chicago, and the districts were quite concentrated in terms of voters, Democratic leaning voters, intentionally following the 2010 census and the redistricting that occurred then. And now that we're 10 years later, they're redoing the maps. And the issue here with Northern Illinois in particular is that the Democrats being in control of the redistricting, they've tried to expand a few of the key districts to incorporate more of the suburbs and in some areas, some of the rural parts of those districts that could either lean their way in the way the politics have changed, or create an opportunity for them to look and target new voters in those areas. So the new map, which is only 17 districts, of course, has changed a lot in the districts south of Chicago and west of Chicago. In particular, there will be a major change in Congresswoman Robin Kelly's district. Her district will incorporate a lot of the district that used to be directly south of her and was Republican in large part leaning, and now that she'll have a lot of that area as well, and that'll create a lot of new opportunities for, I think, our members to engage, because the farther south from Chicago that district now will extend, it will capture a lot of Illinois corn grower members. So a great opportunity for us to continue working with her office, given that it's a very safe Democratic seat, and she'll likely be reelected rather easily. A couple interesting things that have happened, though, as a result of this redistricting, in addition to seats changing like that, a couple Democrats and a few Republicans have been matched up against each other. Congresswoman Marie Newman, who some of you might remember, primary challenge Congressman Dan Lipinski and beat him going into the last election cycle. She was elected to Congress. Her district has changed a lot, and so she announced, instead of running in the newly drawn district for her, she's instead challenging Congressman Sean Casten, also a Democrat, and so the two will face off in the primary next year. Hard to say at this point who's going to win that one, but it'll be one that'll get a lot of attention nationally from the Democratic Party, and the result will be very interesting for us. We've done some work with both offices. I think we have had more connection with Casten's office on a few of the energy related issues, but this should be a really fascinating one to watch in the next primary cycle. The other one on the Republican side of the aisle that will change will be Congressman Bost. He's his district is changing, as is the district of Mary Miller, and they'll be pitted against each other in the newly formed 12th district. Similar to the other one, it's going to be hard to predict at this point who will win. I think Boss probably has a slight edge because he's been in Congress a little bit longer and has slightly better fundraising numbers at the moment. But that one will change, who we interact with in the future. Whoever wins there will have to, keep educating them about our issues. We've done some work with Boss with the Ag Committee that he serves on. So that'll continue if he is successful then, and if not, we'll have to work with Mary Miller on some of the issues we started to discuss with her earlier this year. And then finally, I'll just mention on the Republican side, Congressman Kinzinger has chosen to retire. He's not running for re-election. He would have likely had to challenge Congressman Darren LaHood in the newly drawn district for that part of Illinois. So we'll see what Kinzinger is up to next, but likely a future race for him, perhaps a statewide race, we've heard, a governor or some other Illinois office. So wanted to mention those few races. And then I think in the overarching kind of comment here, if you take one thing away from my brief update, is the opportunities to engage for Illinois corn grower members will be many, and perhaps some newer ones, the way these maps are going to be redrawn, with some changing districts, especially Congresswoman Kelly, to a lesser extent, but also important, Congresswoman Underwood and Congressman Foster. Those will all change, and we'll pick up some additional Illinois corn members based on the way those have been redrawn. So I think for those areas, we need to look for opportunities to keep working with them, look for whatever committees they're on, whether it's Bill Foster that's interested in the science of how ethanol works, to Congresswoman Kelly, who's on Energy and Commerce, which is a key committee for us, also related to ethanol issues. So, however these end up being finalized here, and then, however the primaries come out, I think there will be great opportunities for us to keep engaging with some of these offices now that the maps have changed. So probably more representation from Illinois corn grower members with some of the Chicago area congressional delegation than there had been in the past. So a lot of opportunities for us in the future. So look forward to seeing you all again, hopefully in person in the coming months. And glad to answer any questions after. You all have my contact info, and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.